Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. The HBAR Foundation joins the Digital Euro Association. Nice. Okay, so I've had a quick glance over this just to see what the ultimate goal is in regards to this partnership, and they're talking about CBDCs. And as we know, guys, I think I've said this to you guys before. I know I've said it a lot with my XRP videos because I know Ripple have a lot of partnerships with central banks, but I hate CBDCs. Like, I don't like the idea of CBDCs whatsoever. However, CBDCs are an inevitable step forward. Like, I don't think it's anything we can stop. I don't think it's anything we can change. They are coming whether we like it or not. And so, with CBDCs, I'm just at the point now where it's like, I don't like them, but I have to just accept that they're a part of evolution, right? And so when I do see companies or networks that are working with these banks and, these companies to try and, aid CBDCs, I like it. Not because I like the idea of CBDCs, but because I like the fact that these networks will benefit from that, right? Because I hold HBAR. So if these guys are going to help towards CBDC innovation, while I don't like what CBDCs represent, I do like the fact that they're helping gain HBAR's value. That will help to aid in HBAR's value. So in that sense, I have to look at that as a positive, right? And the hope for me with regards to CBDCs, and I'm sure you guys are probably thinking about it along these lines too, is if we're in the right position with the cryptos that we're holding, and that could just be HBAR, or you could be invested in other cryptos. I'm not just invested in HBAR solely, so I have other cryptos as well. But whatever it is you're invested in, which I'm assuming HBAR is included in that as you're watching this video, you hope that these cryptos or this crypto will help you so that CBDCs are not really too much of an impact on your life anyway, right? It's a thing where, you get a good amount of money or life-changing wealth. And so that CBDCs are not really something that have too much of a detrimental impact on your life. And so that's the way I look at it. I'm just like, okay, well, what can I be invested in that's going to be doing positive things towards success so that I hopefully make life-changing wealth, and so that some of this stuff won't really be that much of a big deal to me anyway. And so seeing this, knowing how much of a big deal CBDCs will be in the future, it's nice to know that they're working with HBAR and Hedera, right? It's nice to know that they're actually in the mix with this kind of thing, because this is the kind of stuff we're talking about with like central banks and stuff like that, right? We're talking bigger than just even, your normal high street retail bank and stuff like that. We're talking, central banks here. So very much a big deal. So this is great to see, in my opinion. It is positive overall because, as I say, it's going to help with HBAR's value. But we'll get into the article and then we can discuss this a little bit further. The Digital Euro Association, in brackets DEA, is excited to announce a new partnership with the HBAR Foundation, the Hedera Network Ecosystem Force Multiplier, which is at the forefront of advancing scalable, secure, and sustainable decentralized ledger technology, in brackets DLT. The HBAR Foundation facilitates the development of the Hedera ecosystem, supporting projects that leverage Hedera's unique hashgraph technology to drive high-performance applications. This partnership represents a significant alignment in the pursuit of innovation within the digital currency landscape. The HBAR Foundation's commitment to fostering a sustainable and innovative digital future complements the DEA's mission of enhancing the understanding, adoption, and development of stablecoin and central bank digital currency, in brackets CBDC, initiatives. Quote, "We are delighted to partner with the HBAR Foundation, whose efforts in nurturing digital money ecosystems resonate with our vision for the future of money. This collaboration underscores our dedication to exploring and advocating for technologies that ensure the digital currency ecosystem is secure, efficient, and advances the public good," unquote, said Dr. Jonas Gross, chairman of the Digital Euro Association. Joining the Digital Euro Association aligns with our commitment to fostering a sustainable and innovative digital future as the lowest carbon footprint decentralized ledger technology, which is also fast and enables transactions to happen at a fraction of a cent. Hedera is uniquely positioned to contribute to the growth of the digital currency ecosystem. We're eager to collaborate with the DEA and contribute to the advancement of digital currencies, said Shane Higdon, CEO of the HBAR Foundation. About the DEA. The Digital Euro Association, in brackets DEA, is a think tank specializing in central bank digital currencies, in brackets CBDCs, stablecoins, crypto assets, and other forms of digital money based in Frankfurt, Germany. In particular, it focuses on the digital euro. The DEA is committed to independence in aggregating and amplifying the views of society and the furtherance of the public good through knowledge exchange, encouraging new ideas, and forward thinking in the field of digital money. The DEA is the independent voice of the citizens regarding digital money related topics. Partnerships and collaborations are in no way an endorsement of member ideologies, products, and services, nor political regimes. Okay. So before we even get started, just that last part, I just want to say one thing in regards to this, right? Partnerships and collaborations are in no way an endorsement of member ideologies, products and services, nor political regimes. Okay, let's just quickly get into that. That's really just like a disclaimer, right? So I will say two things. Like, one, yes, it doesn't necessarily mean that because they're working with Hedera means that they're necessarily, going to work with Hedera in the future. This could just be like a proof of concept, that kind of thing, just trying to see how things go and see how the technology works, that kind of thing. But I will say this, like, a lot of the times when they say that stuff, it's like they're trying to, it's just like a disclaimer. A lot of times it's, yeah, we're saying this to just, cover our backs, but a lot of the times, as long as the project goes well, the partnership goes well, usually they're going to work with them, right? Like, they've picked them for a reason. So yes, it's possible that, for example, they could have a bad partnership. So it could end up being a thing where they have a bad experience and they think, okay, well, now that's over with, we'll go to a different network instead. But that's kind of like worst case scenario. I can't really see them having a bad experience because, one, the technology can do everything that you would want it to do for CBDCs. There's actually developers out there already who've brought out like CBDC kits and stuff like that. There's the stablecoin studio as well on Hedera. So they've got all the stuff that they need in regards to like developing CBDCs and stablecoins. Like, they've got everything that you would need in that regard. So I don't see the experience being bad. So to me, I just look at it as a disclaimer. I'm not really like taking that with any kind of seriousness, like, oh yeah, like this doesn't mean anything. No, it does. It does. If it goes well, they're going to continue the partnership on. Just because they're saying that right now doesn't mean that that's how it's going to be long term. So to me, it's still positive. And yeah, as I said before, man, like with CBDCs, I'm not really keen on them for everything that they represent, but they're going to come, guys. Like, as you can see, like, you're talking about the DEA here, and they're talking about CBDC initiatives and stuff like that. Like, they're doing it, right? Like, it's underway. Like, they're getting everything together to implement this stuff. Now, I don't know how soon it will come. I can't say that for sure, but I do think in the end, it will be inevitable. Like, I do think CBDCs are going to be a thing, regardless of whether you like it or not. And so, to me, it's just something that we have to embrace, unfortunately. But I just look at CBDCs being a massive thing because all countries will have their own CBDC, right? And this is central banks that we're dealing with. So if they're utilizing the Hedera hashgraph, like, I'm not saying that Hedera will get all of the lion's share when it comes to this kind of stuff, because Ripple also do a lot in regards to central banks with CBDC. So it's not a thing where I'm just saying like Hedera will get the whole market share and that's it. But at the end of the day, I've said this before, this is the beautiful thing about Hedera. They're in so many industries, they don't necessarily have to be the dominant force in every industry. If they're just getting a piece of the pie, that's all it takes. For example, I've seen that they now do like cross-border payments with stablecoins, right? Now, again, Ripple, that's really like their main use case with XRP. Cool. Doesn't necessarily mean that Hedera can't get some customers, and that's, value being added to Hedera and HBAR. Then you've got this. Again, Ripple with CBDCs, that might be them who dominate this market, but again, HBAR gets a % of that profit. But then you've got the other industries where they could actually dominate. So for example, tokenization. From what I'm seeing, Hedera are absolutely dominating when it comes to tokenization from what I've seen in that market. So they could be the big market shareholders when it comes to tokenization. So that could be a massive chunk of value for HBAR in that way. And then you could go to like NFTs, right? The list goes on. So my thing is, it doesn't have to be that they have to be the biggest earners in each market share. But if they're getting a piece of each one, like we're talking about like $1 trillion markets here and stuff like that, right? Like, so it doesn't have to be a thing where they have to like be the dominant force in every industry. But if they're getting a piece of each industry, that's all value flowing through HBAR. And so that's just continuing to add to the value. And that's where I think Hedera is unique, because they're not just focusing on one use case primarily, right? Like they're not just like, oh, we're just focusing on tokenization alone. No, they've got many different use cases for Hedera. And so that opens them up to a lot more value being unlocked, right? And so they haven't got to just put all their eggs in one basket, which I think is a good thing, because yes, you could say, we just master one industry, but what if that industry doesn't take off the way you'd hoped? Or what if it just doesn't go as well as you would hope? What if the industry don't accept the technology straight away? There could be anything that could happen, like unforeseen circumstances. But if you put all your eggs in one basket, that's it, right? It's like, man, like that's completely flopped, and now where do we go from here? But when you've got so many different avenues you can go to, even if one avenue doesn't go as well as you'd hoped, but you've still got numerous other avenues to back yourself up. So to me, I think that's what's great about Hedera. That's what I really like. So to me, this is all positive in my opinion. Definitely look forward to seeing how this goes long term. As I say, I'm not here advocating for CBDCs, guys, so please don't get that twisted. But I do just look at it as it is a thing where, like we've just got to accept it. We've just got to accept it. So to me, if I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, well, CBDCs are going to be a big deal in the long term. And, every country are going to have their own CBDC. The fact that Hedera are working with countries already now in terms of, the implementation and, the design of these CBDCs being created, it's going to help them because they're going to have a mover advantage, right? So they're building up their potential client base now. So obviously that should mean that even if Ripple do get, let's just say, the line share with CBDCs, it doesn't mean that Hedera can't still get the second biggest chunk, right? So it's all positive in my opinion in the long term. And it's all just going to add to value for HBAR. So real great stuff here to see, and we'll see where it goes, yeah? But I'll definitely keep an eye on this, and if I get any, significant updates, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But what do you guys think? The Digital Euro Association joining with the HBAR Foundation for CBDC initiatives. Do you like the sound of this? Do you think the partnership will lead to the Digital Euro Association actually partnering with Hedera for CBDC payments in the future? Do you think that this will be good for HBAR's price? Or do you not like the sound of this? Is there any reason why you have any concerns with the Digital Euro Association working with Hedera? Or do you just not think that this will be any good for HBAR's price overall long term? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'll be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.